here's our completed cover, and we've ran around the edges with a bone folder. Okay, now I've marked a halfway mark down each side because that's going to be for my ribbon ties a little bit later. Now we're going to stick the spine. Here's the spine we made earlier. We've trimmed the corners and I've stuck double-sided tape on the back. I've actually stuck it across horizontally because I think it's better to be horizontal, because if the weight of the pages should start to pull, if the tape's vertical, it's going to come off easier. It shouldn't come off anyway. And obviously my favourite thing, I've burnished it extremely well. So now we're going to stick the spine, the hinge spine, onto the spine of the album cover. This is for 5 pocket pages, so you know that your third page is the centre point of your spine, and that wants to be lined up with the midpoint of your cover. Remember, this is in the right place now because it folded over and stuck down. So that's there, like that. Some people find this easier to do when they're standing up. Some people like to take half the tape off so that when they put it down they can peel it off gently. I tend to just take the whole lot off. You can also put collall on the back of it so you've got a little bit of wiggle room before it needs to be stuck down. It's really, again, your preference. If it's your first time doing it, I would suggest that you do put some collall on so you have a little bit of wiggle room, and if you can, stand up to do it, just so you have a better perspective of where to place it. Here we are with our double-sided tape removed. You can leave some of it on if you want to. If it's your first time doing this, I recommend putting a little bit of collall on the back so that you have a bit of manoeuvrability, and it's usually easier to stand up to do this. You know your third hinge is your centre point. Try and get it so that you've got equidistant top and bottom. Once you're happy with the line up, place it down, and then you'll need to burnish very well. Again, this bit you won't need copy paper for because it's going to be covered, but from the hinge onwards you will need copy paper. And just to make sure it's well stuck down. And the same on this side. And again, you've now got your seams that need to be burnished. So find where they begin, flat edge of your bone folder, and just go in. Just start to bend it gently. Yep, that's fine. And then repeat for the other side. That's it. Okay, and then I'll just bend that one up so they bend up really nicely. It will crack a little bit until it settles down. That is normal. Okay. It'll also be there. So burnish there. Now you need to burnish in between all of these, and you really do need copy paper for in here. So burnish in here very well. Might seem like a lot of unnecessary faffing around, but it's not, because you know that it's very well stuck down then, and it shouldn't really be going anywhere. Right, the last thing I do is I just take a piece of double-sided tape, and where the spine finished, I just run it over the edge there, just to give a little bit more adhesion as well. Don't get it down too low because it may not be covered by your lining cover, so we'll just trim that bit off there and push it down. So your spine is now firmly fixed. Then you want to cover this bit up before you do anything else, and as I said before, I've marked here because I'm going to put my ribbon ties in, and I tend to put them underneath because I think it works better than having them on the top cover. Again, it's personal choice. Don't put your tape right to the very edge. You can move the bottom one anyway. So take your ribbon. I've got 2 pieces of ribbon here. They're both 1 centimetre wide. I'll just peel this off. I'm going to stick that one there. And we'll do the same, on the other side. Now you're going to put more double-sided tape on top, so you're going to take a strip, and this time you're going to go nearer to the edge but not all the way. Can you see? Then we're going to do the same for the other side, nearer to the edge but not quite all the way, and burnish very well. Okay, that's those 2 pieces there. Then you have your inner cover liners, which are cut, and they're just going to fit on here like that. When you cut them, make sure that they're not going to overlap into the seam at all, because if they do, they're going to crease and then your book won't close properly. So this time, take this one off and use good old Collal glue. Take this off here. That's it. I'm going to stick this one down. Nice, and because you've got your Collal, you've got a bit of wiggle room. That's your first one, and then your second one. The tape I'm using here is known as score tape. Double-sided, it's very strong and very good for scrapbooking and journaling. Okay, and then the same thing here. To line these up, stick it down firmly. If you have glue coming out of the edges, let it dry and then use your glue rubber and it will come off. So that is the book cover. But you need to finish off your ribbon ends because at the moment they look unfinished. So there's lots of different ways you can do this. This one here, I've just punched out 1-inch black circles, and I'm going to put one either side of my ribbon, and then later on I will punch out a smaller circle in decorative paper and put one each side and cover with glossy accents. Sticking the ribbon to the ends, I find that glossy accents is probably my glue of choice. I'll just put it in there like that. I'll pop it in there in the centre. And we'll just put the other one on top. That's it. And then we'll do exactly the same for the other one. A little bit of glossy accents on here. Put your ribbon in. As well. A bit more glossy accents on here. I'll put that there. Another one on there. And that is your finished album cover. These will tie up, and now you're ready for your pocket pages.